Tornado season in Oklahoma is usually between the months of April and June, but we know that tornadoes happen any time of the year. A lot of times kids are home alone when tornado season happens, usually between the hours of 3 and 6 in the afternoon when parents are either coming home from work or haven't left yet. So today we're going to talk about some safety tips for kids who are home alone during tornado season. We want to make sure that we plan to practice our tornado safety drills with our kids. We're going to put together with all of these items you see here a tornado safety go bag for kids that they can hang on the door of their bedroom so it's right there for them. When we talk with kids about tornado safety, we want to make sure we do it when the weather's calm, when we're not worried, and emphasize to them where they should take shelter and what they need to be paying attention to when they're watching the news reports on TV. Many kids don't know which county they live in, and our great meteorologists oftentimes refer to where the storms are by county. And also make sure they know the difference between a watch and a warning. A lot of kids don't know that. Very important information. We also want to share with them where they're going to shelter at. If you've got a tornado shelter, that's great, but oftentimes we go to a neighbor who may have a shelter. We shelter within our home, and we need to make sure kids know where to go. If you don't have a storm shelter, make sure your kids are going to where they are the farthest away from windows and the closest to the middle part of the house, putting as many walls between them and the outdoors as possible. So a fun activity you can do with your kids is put together an emergency kit. They can just use their regular school backpack to do this and then hang it on the back of their bedroom door so they're ready to go when storm season happens. So some of the things that you want to put into your backpack are a first aid kit. These are real easy to find. They're usually in the travel department at your regular grocery stores and Walmart type stores. Some things that you might not have thought about, but because of the COVID situation that we're in, is packing hand sanitizer, gloves, and make sure you pack a pair of gloves for everyone in a Ziploc bag so once they've been used, you can put them back in the bag, zip them up, and dispose of them properly. It's also allergy season, so make sure you have tissues for your kids and a Ziploc bag to dispose of the used ones. Really important as well. Everyone needs a mask, so make sure you've got one that you can keep in the bag. Water, make sure they have something to drink. Make sure they have a snack. They might get hungry while they're down in that shelter. You never know how long you're going to have to be there. Make sure everyone has a flashlight and extra batteries to go with it, that they have a wireless charger for their phones, for their devices if you've got older kids. And then you want to make sure they have some activities too. We've got some cards here, a little pad of games. You might get a puzzle book for them. If you've got younger ones, you might get their favorite books that you can read with them, or make sure they've got their Kindle or their Nook charged so they can download a book and have that to read with when they're down in the shelter or wherever they might be staying. Make sure you have a pencil if they're going to do activities, something to write with. If they're home alone, emphasize to them that they need to keep their shoes on, and they also need to protect their heads. So if they've got a softball helmet, a bicycle helmet, this will protect them from the debris that might be flying around. Keep their shoes on, keep something on their heads. If you have pets, make sure you put your dog's leash in their backpack. Because oftentimes kids will run out into a storm to grab up a pet to bring them inside with them and could get hurt. So make sure you've got that leash or a kitty carrier. Make sure your carrier is where your kids can get to it, that it's not up in an attic or in the garage put away somewhere. For more information about emergency preparedness, go to our website, okstate.edu.